But again, I think at the moment we live in a time where information is just becoming overly abundant. And in my personal opinion, I don't think all information carries the same weight.
Ah,
And that's the unfortunate thing, I think, of the time that we live in, is that information is so abundant and so easily accessible that we're not really so Google has created this great algorithm of personalizing things and giving us information, but it hasn't so much taught us how to actually weigh the sort of information we're given. And I believe the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard talked about it with mass media, but the idea is that there's a sort of leveling going on, especially on Google. You could all of a sudden see, for example, if you're searching about human anatomy, you could see all of a sudden an article on the first page, maybe the first entry, written by a Harvard researcher in biology about the human anatomy. And then maybe 2 or 3 entries down, a blog by a person who could be, not to offend anyone in this situation, living in a basement, who has no qualifications, not a scientist, writing about biology, and yet both information is found in the first page. And so there's this question, of course, what is actually acceptable and what is accepted by the majority and by the minority. But the question is this: information, which one's actually worthy of being disseminated? So for us, what we tend to do, and also what we're doing now, is that we believe that bad information, at least on our platform, it won't be perpetuated, because firstly, besides the fact that we only work with information that most people find valuable, we also still have the human component. We haven't entirely eradicated the human component. And the human component is very important because, again, algorithms can do great things in efficiently processing data. But again, there is still assessment that needs to be done with information, whether it's actually credible. And I think, at least at the moment, with where technology is, especially artificial intelligence, it is still very difficult for an AI to entirely make the assessment. And so to answer your question, yes, you're absolutely right. Our AI, at least with the podcast, is currently building episodes based on traffic data, based on what the majority finds valuable. But at the same time, before it actually gets the information that's actually being presented has already been vetted by our editors and our editorial team. So to make sure that the information that we have is actually good information. Certainly, it won't be able to produce every single topic area, because again,